Alright. It's Greggatron. How's everybody doing? I hope you're doing just fine. I am. As you can see, this video is going to be about Transformers. This is my Transformers collection. I love the Decepticons, man. I'm a sucker for them. You can tell by the symbol. You can tell by the name. I mean, look at this. Look at my guy up there. So I just watched Transformers 1. This movie was the bomb. I'm going to talk about that in another video. But thanks to this movie, it inspired me to make this video. It's good. It's probably the best Transformers movie since this one. So, let me start over here though. This is a coaster made out of like charcoal or something. I got it from a comic book convention. QuadCon. Those are the people. Find them on Facebook. Dino and Tanya. They're great. And I'm pretty sure they're the same people who sold me this. Look at that. I show this off in another video. I like to have this on in the background. And notice how it changes color. And it can pretty much do whatever you want it to do. Thanks to this. You know, purple always looks good with the Decepticons. We can leave it purple. Alright, let's get into business. So, this is Transformers from the 80s, the complete first season. This is how it all got started, folks. This is a classic. This DVD, the 30-year anniversary, it looks like. And that's the background music you hear right now. The very first season. I wasn't even born yet when these were on television. You can pause that if you want to. So much fun. Such great stuff. I don't have season 2, but I have seasons 3 and 4. Right here. This is the Galvatron saga. Yeah. Got the Dinobots going on. This show got pretty crazy. Got pretty deep. You can pause that if you need to. You got special features. All kind of stuff. I really like the case to this. But $10 for 2 seasons. That's $5 a season. That's not bad at all. I just wish I had season 2. Moving on to the good movie. This movie had really good music. I mean, I'm pretty sure, what's that guy's name? Who's the main villain? Unicron. Yeah. You can pause that if you need to. This was crazy. There's a widescreen disc and a full screen disc. I remember this movie being kind of long, but it's good stuff. 1986. And then the DVD came out in 06. So, man, it took some time. You got deleted scenes, alternative footage, commentary, animated storyboards, toy commercials. Man, this stuff was crazy, man. 20th anniversary special edition. And it was just called Transformers the movie. Alright, speaking of movies, so Transformers 1, this is the story of how it all began. As far as the Autobots being against the Decepticons, as far as the Autobots even being called the Autobots, and same thing with the Decepticons. Because we all know those titles didn't even exist until circumstances happened and people basically had to choose a side. But this movie right here, they explain it all. And it's so good. You can watch it with your kids. It's PG. And I will talk about this separate because I can't do it here. It wouldn't be fair to the movie, and it wouldn't be fair to everything else here in this video. So shout out to this movie. It will get its own video, I promise. Good stuff. Alright, so who remembers Beast Wars? So I was born in 92, right? So by the time I was born, this show was already finished from the 80s. So Beast Wars was right up my alley. And I remember Beast Wars more so than the original Transformers for that reason. Like, this was that stuff. We had more toys of Beast Wars than we did of the original Transformers. I mean, we had Rhinox. Well, let me speak for myself. I had Rhinox, Optimus Primal. I had a different Optimus Primal when he had that other weird transformation. When he had like 4 different forms. My brother had this Megatron, my younger brother. My older brother had Cheetor. I had Ramulus. I had Cyber Shark. There was so many. That's Tigatron right there. Tigatron, that's Dinobot, that's Rat Trap. But this, in my opinion, was the best show of Transformers, period. And there were others out there. There was Transformers Armada, there was Transformers Energon, those were alright. And then there was Beast Machines, which was the sequel to this. So this is the sequel to the 80s show. It all ties together. It's dope. And then Netflix actually made a different series where they use the Beast Wars, but in a different way. And they find a way to tie it in to the main story. It's really good. It's 3 different series. 6 episodes apiece, so it's 6, 6, and 6. You just have to watch them in the right order. And the last one is called Kingdom, the last 6 episodes. But this, anyway, Beast Wars, this is seasons 2 and 3. I don't have season 1, but it's all good. We got the good classic Xbox 360 video game, Transformers Devastation. No, this really is a classic. This game is so much fun. I was playing it on PS4 first at my buddy's house, and I fell in love with this game, man. It is so much fun. Like, oh my gosh. The theme, as you can see, Devastation. But Devastator is kinda the main villain outside of Megatron, of course. But they really dive deep into the Destructicons, or the Constructicons, I mean. Just so good. And the combat is like Bayonetta. It's like really fast paced. You can drive around and run into your enemies. You can shoot people while you're driving. You can transform in the middle of combat. They got the sound effects, the they got all that down, man. And I remember when I was in high school, I had the text tone on my phone as the transforming sound. I had a whole soundboard. It was an app on my phone. And you could press different buttons for different sound effects. But look at Megatron, man. Man, I love this man. Alright. This, my dad just gave it to me for Christmas. I think I'm going to give this to my homie's son, because I'm not going to do anything with this. But it's Optimus Prime from Hasbro. And they tell you how to transform him. It's like my dad will get stuff for my niece and my nephew, but when they get more than enough stuff, he'll be like, alright, you can have it. I'm like, sure. I'll add it to my collection of stuff. So shout out to my dad. Alright, let's move on to the good t-shirt. This, I think I got from the mall. I mean, the Decepticons... The Decepticons is where it's at, man. When I saw the Decepticons symbol in Transformers 1, I got the chill bumps. Alright. These guys were the coolest, baddest, most evil group of people they could have created in this show. And I love Megatron, man. Like, if Megatron wasn't in Transformers, if they never created Megatron, I wouldn't even be a fan like that. I probably wouldn't be a fan at all. So speaking of Megatron, let's get this out. This I got from QuadCon. And I showed it off in a different video. But this dude is like my favorite, one of my favorite villains ever. Everything from the arm cannon, everything from the arm cannon to the good voice, to how evil and vindictive and conniving and brutal and savage. This man was all these things. And how he would treat his men like they were just trash at times. Like they were just beneath him. Totally beneath him. And I loved how he would do anything to get what he wanted. Like, he didn't care what bones were broken. He didn't care what corners he had to cut. But most of all, he was scary and he was intimidating and he was not to be played with. Like, he was one of those few villains out there in comic book history or cartoon history or whatever history you want to call it. He was one of those few who you just don't trifle with. Because he was so menacing and terrifying. Like, look at the arm cannon. I loved that. And then in Beast Wars, when they had to change their bodies because their car bodies wouldn't function on that planet, he became the Tyrannosaurus Rex. This guy. And he would say, yes. So they made him the baddest dinosaur out of all out of all the dinosaurs. It's like, in his relationship with Optimus, that ongoing hatred in the dialogue between these two, even in the movie with Shia LaBeouf and them guys, the Michael Bay movie, that Megatron was just awesome. But I really liked how he was able to call the shots when it came to the Decepticons. And when he spoke, they listened. And it's like his own men were afraid of him. So you better obey this man. I mean, he was locking people up as prisoners. He would lock up his own Decepticons if they didn't follow orders. Man, I love this print, man. Shout out to Mr. Hudson for making this and selling it to me. I'll put him in the description box. What's his first name? It slips my mind. But yeah, I'll just put it right here. You can't go wrong. What's your favorite variant of Transformers? Was it Energon? Was it Beast Machines? Was it Armada? Was it the 80s joint? Was it Beast Wars? Was it the Michael Bay movies? Was it... There's another one that came out recently. Yeah. I didn't really mess with the Michael Bay movies like that. The first one I liked, but all the other ones I didn't care for. But yeah. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if I find any more Transformers stuff, I'll show it off in a different video. But yeah. So in high school, when somebody in the hallway hollered Greggatron, it was just perfect. It was perfect because I love Megatron. And then 15 years later, it's still sticking. I mean, I developed friendships based off of this shirt. Because a homie said, "You like the Decepticons?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Nah, bro, it's all about the Autobots." I'm like, "Nah, man, it's about the Decepticons. What are you talking about?" We had a whole argument at work, and we've been like best friends ever since. Shout out to him. He's the one who I gave his son the Devastator print. And then I got him the same thing as this, but it was the Autobots. And he's the homie who I'll probably give his son this too. So we gotta spread the love when it comes to Transformers, man. We gotta get the word out. I mean, who doesn't know what Transformers is by now? You know what I'm saying? It's been long overdue. But yeah, stay tuned. This is gonna be a good video. So I'll talk to you in the next video. Thanks for watching and peace.